So it looks like I am alive. Yeah. I wish I were. I'm alive only intermittently. When you are alive, and that's the time that you can do whatever you want to do. So what do you mean by alive? So this is very important to know whether you are alive or not. I am really alive because this is not the program that I was going to do. About a week ago, I just recorded this program, but then I found that that was not appropriate because at the time, a week ago, my knowledge was not that complete as it is now. It will never be complete, that's another matter. But now I have more information, more knowledge because my evolution has been changing minute by minute. I'm very, very fortunate. I'm very ecstatic about it. And for the first time, I find that there is hope for the human race. There is hope for the human race, which has been fighting with the mind for a long time. I'm also very happy that I'm giving this program to all of you without any expectation whatsoever. So this is God functioning through me and giving you the secrets, the mystery of human life. Now, the problem for most of us is thinking process. Someone is able to think health, unlimited wealth, and we have examples of healthy people like the sports people, very healthy, doing everything. And someone is like Bill Gates or Zuckerberg, and they think of prosperity very easily. But most people are stuck in a miserable situation with no money, no health. And so what is the solution for that? It is all boiled down to how you think. Okay, if you are able to think perfect health, and perfect health will be there. And if you are able to think billions of dollars like Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, you will be able to do that. So we have to understand how we think and what is the mechanism allowed. There is no easy answer for that. Because our mind has been programmed to stay in time. And that is a very big problem. And it is never being able to stay in the now. So I don't want to mystify the whole thing. I'm going to give you some simple techniques. And then there are many techniques that have come to me in the recent times, but I'm going to give you a few. In this course, I will give some now and some in the next program. So all that you need to do is to change your thinking. And if you change your thinking, the mystery will be revealed. Now you are thinking, and the thoughts are made possible by the mind through the air that we breathe. If we don't breathe this air, all the problems will be solved. All the problems are due to the air that you breathe, and that air is polluted air in the sense that it is a very limited air. There is what I call as a nostril and lung breathing. And that you access, everyone accesses it differently. You may think that this oxygen that we are breathing is the same. No, it is not the same. You breathe the air that you wanted to breathe that comes with a content, whether it is prosperity or poverty or good relationship or bad relationship. All these are happening that we do not know. And that air that goes in, somehow uh, work with the body mechanism, and thoughts arise. And ideal is not to use this air to think, but there is an air inside. And then recently I found out that Bible also talks about that. Don't believe people with the nostril breathing. I'm not going to believe the people with the nostril breathing. So they knew there is another breathing, there is another air that is latent within us, inside us. And if that breath is used, then you can do a lot. You can control the diseases, you can control the body, you can control the mind, you can do everything that you want to do. So that is an involved process. So what I'm going to do is something which is very simple that you can do all the time. So what you need to do is just to get out of this mindset. Everybody needs to get out of the mindset. And that is very hard for anyone to do that. So how do you do that? Just close your eyes, and then thoughts are bombarding you, and you attract those thoughts because you have a relationship with those thoughts. And where are they stored? They are stored in the Akash. Akash is the ether. And that's the bank where you have put those thoughts. And those thoughts are entering through the eyes, through the ears, through the nostril, both nostrils, through the mouth, and through the skull. They are entering into the system. And we are unaware of this process. The eyes, the ears, the mouth, they are all involved in the process. They are all receiving these thought patterns that go to constitute your mind. There are simultaneously other processes going on inside. Now, go and think about the entire body, the skin. Think about the skin from head to foot. There are innumerable openings in the skin, the pores are openings through which the thoughts are entering. So you think through the skin as well. The skin is breathing too. There is a breathing layer of the skin right over the skin. The moment you begin to do this technique, then you are in another dimension. Now, while you are doing this, what happens is you have the ability to see that you have not been able to see, that is the beings around, the angels. Because you are into a different state of consciousness. All that you are doing is simply focusing your attention on the skin. And breathing of the skin through the pores in the skin. Innumerable. And if you just remain in this condition, this is what the yogis do. I have been in conversation with these yogis who are very committed to help humanity, to get beyond their mind, to get beyond their ego, to get beyond their rationality, to get beyond their skepticism, to get beyond this illusion of matter. All these are perceptual fallacies. So we are living in a world of fallacy. So once you focus attention on this, then you are into a different dimension. Now the breathing of the skin. And there are many, many layers. At least there are 7 layers over the skin. Some people say 5, some 7, some people say there are more. These layers constitute your aura. We are unaware of all of these. We are only aware of certain thoughts that we are used to be thinking that constitute your personal waking state of mind. I'm so and so, I do this job, and this is my income, this is my bad relationship, this is my limited money situation, limited health. All these are a set of identities that you are unable to transcend. And that is the main problem. Although teachers have been talking about every moment is new, that's not happening. What is happening is the same bank balance, the same disease in the body, the same bad relationship, they are real. We have to break that. These things become real because of the polluted air that you are breathing, the polluted air, carry these thoughts individually. The air you breathe, the oxygen you breathe, and the oxygen I breathe are different. The content are different. Now keep focusing on the entire skin and the pores. There is also something happening through the pores in the skin. Something is getting out and something is getting in. Just put that idea, I don't want to go and complicate it any further than I have done already. The eyes, the ears, the mouth, nostrils, and the pores in the skin. Just focus attention. That there is another layer on the skin, over the skin, that is responsible to give you the mind principle. The contents are flowing. The contents mix up with the air that you breathe in. It is the right time to pray to the divine, because the divine can enter in a state of altered, in an altered state of consciousness. They can enter through your aura and help you to change your thought patterns, to change your health, to change your relationship, everything. I'm channeling this information as I am doing this. The beings that want to help humanity say that ask them to focus on their palms and the fingers. The two palms and the fingers. Let the palms face the sky. There are two kinds of thinking going on inside you. One is God thinking, and then the human thinking. You are thinking, and God is also thinking. Almost simultaneously, but you choose to think from your ego. Why? Because of the limitations, the air that you breathe in, the karmic association with your ego, and with a certain content type that you, by mistake, have decided to associate you with. Although I am speaking these words, it's not my ego talking to you. It's a session filled with divine compassion. You will see images showing up. Just as I see a lion, you may see something else. But don't allow your human thinking, at least during this session, the human thinking is that which will be skeptical, negative, which will say nothing is going to happen, I'm going to remain the same and die. Skin all over. You can change everything about you by associating yourself with the divine within and disassociating yourself with your ego, with your karma, with the polluted air that gets through your nostril and then gets into the brain. This is the ultimate teaching. It's wrong to think that this is the only way to get beyond the mind ego and then identify with that. There are ever so many. The linear reality of saying this is it, this is the only way, is the human misunderstanding, misperception. There is nothing local, there is nothing linear in divine consciousness. There is no time. That's why change is possible at any moment. So that's why I have been teaching for at least my knowledge, like 4 decades in this with this body and with this mind that has changed a lot. But I have never ever felt satisfied as I do now when I am teaching this, and I am doing it out of love with no expectation whatsoever. It has been given and it is God's compassion. You can do that. But having said that, as I told you, as time moves, time is moving at a tremendous speed now. That's why we have more progress during this time than ever before in the history of the human race. And I am going to be a channel to access this and give it to you. And that is going to be the mystery school teaching. So especially for those people who have been studying with me, if you have the question, why do I have to do this? I have given at least 100 techniques. Are they not enough? Yes and no. Yes, because they are techniques you won't find unless you do a lot of research. So what I have given already are very, very powerful ones. But they all have the limitations because they were delivered at a time I was not that evolved. As time moves in, there's more knowledge. I'm trying to access the wisdom that is going to be revealed in, say, 2030. That's when man is planning to go and live in Mars. But there are many ways of going to Mars other than just taking the physical body there. We have to understand a lot more about it. So I think that's almost what I wanted to say. I don't know when it was disconnected, but we are connected again. So what you need to do is just do this meditation which I taught you. There are many elements to it. I can take every one that I have just said and then turn it into a separate exercise. So as I said, I'm very delighted, ecstatic about this time of my life. I do not want to teach the same thing over and over again. Your life can be changed in the split of a second. In the Bible, there is a saying, the New Testament, Paul is saying, this corruption will not inherit the kingdom. So what's going to happen? In a time will come, in the blink of an eye, the body will turn into light. Okay. And that Time is nearby. It's nearby. It's going to happen very soon. I've been experimenting with it. A few weeks ago, there was a real danger for the world from North Korea. And I meditated on this problem. All that is needed is people to change their mindset. And everything will change. So through change of your mindset, you can solve your problems, whether it is money problem or whether it is relationship problem or health problem. But you have to understand the complex structure of the mind. I invite you to come and commit yourself to this process through the mystery school, if you can afford to do that. And you have to I want you to make it as a priority in your life. And for whatever reason, if you can, then don't feel bad that I have given this to you. I will talk more in the next mystery school program, the mini one, which is free for everyone, about karma. What is unfolding day by day, hour by hour, is your karmic reality. It's an illusion that it appears as the future. There is no future. From birth to death, you seem to go through the same reality, which you wanted to do. That's why you came here to do. And that is what needs to be changed. How to change your karma will be the next topic. And so I'm happy that I could do that. Happy to the Zoom program that made it possible. I am in Goa and I see a lot of people having fun on the beach and eating the food they want to do. But in my opinion, you guys are more fortunate to pay attention to this sacred wisdom. Thank God that we have been blessed by Him to receive this understanding. And by understanding this, we can evolve the body, evolve the mind, evolve our consciousness, and solve our own personal problems and also the problem of the world. And there will be only one thing that will be left out when the mind is gone, time is gone, then there is only one, and that is love and compassion. God bless. Then I will talk to you next time for the mini mystery school part B program.